extend a very warm welcome to this second day of the second International Youth Conference being organized here at Vadodara. You are all most heartily welcome, and as I had told yesterday, we are very fortunate that we are going to start today's function with video chat with Dr. Manubhai Vora, who is the chairman and president of Business Excellence of USA and also advisor of MNS Business Excellence ASQ India, adjunct faculty School of Professional Studies Northwestern University USA, and visiting faculty Great Lakes Institute of Management Chennai. It's very difficult to get him, but when I came to know that he has come all the way from USA to India and is in Delhi, I made a special request, since we have got a long association. Dr. Manubhai Vora has got a very long association with Ramakrishna Mission. He is also the founder president of Blind Foundation of India USA, and you might get to know that he has donated more than 1,000 mobile medical vans to Ramakrishna Mission till today. And he has been our constant friend and also a great benefactor. And so it's a great pleasure to welcome Dr. Manubhai Vora online. Dr. Manubhai, are you there?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We are all very eager to have your presentation on gift of knowledge transfer leveraging technology. Gift of knowledge transfer leveraging technology, a new technology that is emerging, and all our youths are very, very eager to listen to you. First of all, you give a presentation, then if any student has got any question to ask, that student should come here, any young person should come and try to have a chat with Dr. Manubhai Vora. I would request Dr. Manubhai Vora to please start his presentation.
Okay. Namaskar, Swamiji. Good morning to all of you, and my pranam. Sitting in Delhi, originally from Amreli, and settled in Chicago. So today's focus is gift of knowledge transfer, leveraging technology. We'll start with some quick quotes on education, and then I'll take you through the vision, mission, and benefits of this project, why we are doing it, and then some applications in both non-profit and for-profit sector. The first most powerful statement Will Durant has made, that education is a progressive discovery of our own ignorance. And Jiten, may I request that you put mute on your side so there is no disturbance, please.
Okay. Okay.
Now, the project we are doing is, the focus is when you share the knowledge, it multiplies. When you hoard the knowledge, it dies. And look at what Nelson Mandela told us. Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. And all of you who are in the audience, please understand the importance of education to move forward in the 21st century. Now, the vision for this project is to provide gift of knowledge transfer globally by leveraging the technology, and mission is to educate students and professionals in lifelong transferable soft skills and quality management principles and practices to understand the system's focus for nation building using Google Hangout on Air or webinar platforms. So what are the benefits for students? If they master these soft skills, they can use it during the time in the school, in the university. It will help them in getting better placement. And once they have joined the company, any organization, they can continue to use these skills. And again, for the professionals, they can keep honing up the skills so they are more effective in the workplace. Now, the impetus for this project started a few years back when I come from IIT BHU, 1968 chemical engineering BTech. I visited campus a few times. I see the brilliant students, top brain in the Indian context come to these IITs, NITs, etc. They only focus on technical knowledge and they overlook the soft skills. So to augment that gap, we have started this effort, and also the professionals needs to be proficient in quality management principles and practices so that they can see the benefit of systems thinking. There are a couple of links here. In the interest of time, we will not go through it, but let me give you the gist of the first link, an open letter to India's graduating classes published in New York Times in May 2012. Letter started saying, congratulations to all the engineers who received the FAT packages. Condolences for us at the company level, because when you join our organizations, you are not ready. You are not job ready. You do not have leadership skills. You do not take initiatives. You do not think long-term career planning. You are not continuously learning. And by the way, you are not ethical. You start fudging your expense report and timesheet. I've written a short blog on state of higher ed in India. Time to act is now. And these links are available. You will go through just one or two quick items from that link I have put in on the LinkedIn, that the education system in India needs a revamping, because our focus is still on theory, rote learning. We need practical experiential learning, and that is the one going to bring value at the current 21st century. And let me make one more comment. In the 21st century, if we are going to be successful, we need to have a great focus on teamwork, project management, and problem solving. These are the three critical areas we need to have woven into education system right from the beginning to prepare our students, our youth to compete on a global scene. The project genesis was when I was at the campus. I used to have a number of friends from Gujarat and Mumbai area, 20 out of 60, and most of them very brilliant, but they would only study in the last month in a 9-month window, no semester system. And when we entered there at IIT BHU, 13 subjects. I've learned to do the studies in the first 8 months, and in the last month, I will try to help out my friends by sharing my notes. And that kindled in me the interest in teaching and consulting. I carried forward that torch when I was with AT&T Bell Labs, where we taught American Society for Quality, Certified Quality Engineer refresher classes. And a number of my colleagues came to the classes, and 89 of them became certified quality engineers. The approach for the project is a 12-topic leadership excellence series: leadership, teamwork, time management, meeting management, decision making, and then on the quality side, project management, risk management, talent management, voice of the customer management, operational excellence, sustainable change management, and effective supply chain management. These are the topics which are needed to be exposed to all our students while they are in school. Now I'm going to keep this video later towards the end in the interest of continuity of the presentation. All we do is for each topic once a month, about 45 to 50-minute presentation with 15 to 20 minutes Q&A. Like today, we are using the same technology, Google Hangouts on the Air, which is a free video call, thanks to Google. And by the way, my younger son, Anand, works at the Google in San Francisco, and we were at the campus 2 weeks back. And it's a wonderful organization and one of the best leading edge in the world. The benefit is this call is recorded and a YouTube will be ready after the call is over. And after some editing, when I'm back in US, I'll send this link back to all of you through Swamiji. Now, this is the concept similar to the MOOCs, massive open online courses. It started in 2008, where Stanford, MIT, Harvard, etc. are offering courses all over the world free of charge. And if you use webinar, then you can use this recording. Requirements are very simple. Stable internet connection is critical. You need a laptop, LCD projector, a screen, microphone for Q&A, conference room like auditorium where all of you are sitting, and the Gmail account for the originator of the Google Hangout on air. Now, I want to take you through the applications. In the nonprofit sector, ASQ India local member community leaders and members, we have been doing this via webinar, sharing the same 12 topics which have been done. Over 250 professionals have benefited. IIT, BHU, Varanasi, my alma mater, from August 2014, we have done the first 4 topics. And by the way, this YouTube is shared to 6,500 students, faculty and administration at the campus. And we use the same platform, Google Hangout. ASQ Ahmedabad, there was a local member community conference. I was on a webinar, 250 people benefited from the Leadership Excellence talk. Recently, in the last month, starting in the late June, 9 arts, science, and commerce colleges in Mumbai area have joined this effort. And we have done 2 topics. Over 900 plus attendees were live. And the YouTubes have been shared with well over 18,000 students and faculty. We started another series where we have 9 universities from 6 different states, including 3 universities in Gujarat. And first session, one session we have done on leadership excellence, 870 attendees with the sharing of YouTube with 22,000 plus people. And my alma mater here, Illinois Institute of Technology, Chicago, we are starting the series once I reach back. And there the potential is YouTube will be shared with 7,900 people on the campus. Incidentally, in the for-profit sector, I was very lucky and honored to receive the Tata Scholarship to come to US for graduate studies. So as a debt of my gratitude, I have offered 6 topics via webinar to Tata Network Forum, where senior executives from 180 different locations globally join. And we have seen anywhere between 50 to 150 locations coming on stream with 1,000 plus people attending at a given time. That was through webinar platform. And then Winmar India, my nephew's company, we have started this series and people are benefiting from it. This is not meant to be an eye test, but showing the variety of colleges in the Mumbai area. Over 900 people attended, over 18,000 getting the YouTube benefit. 6 states, 9 universities, over 870 people, 22,000 plus people getting the benefit via YouTube. Now here are some pictures. So this is from SIES College for Art Science and Commerce Science West. And the principal is right there, Dr. Harsha Mehta, senior staff in the front, students, and they are eagerly looking forward to the follow-up sessions. Another one, SIES College in Nerul, outside of Mumbai, near Navi Mumbai. Sion East, this is the Global Science and Technology, SIES College. This is Pillai Institute of Information Technology in New Panvel. This is our own backyard in Gandhinagar in Gujarat, SVBIT. 190 people showed up. This is Manav Rachna University in Faridabad. The students had not joined yet in July, so senior faculty were in attendance. This is CU Shah University in Surendranagar, 250 people, 2/3 of them administration, senior faculty, including the president of the university. This is a information management center in Ghatkopar. And this is another one in the commerce and management science in Nerul. Now, here are some testimonials just to give you the idea that people are benefiting and appreciating what we are trying to do to transfer the knowledge using the technology. And I'll just read a couple of quick quotes. The first one is from Mr. Vinod Kumar, Senior Consultant, Tata Quality Management Services, and he's talking about, I'm extremely passionate about my work, a vast repertoire of knowledge, and is ever so generous in sharing it. And the humility with which the sharing is done and his wisdom is remarkable. The Dr. Parul Agarwal is talking about the session was par excellence, and so on and so forth. So the point is, what we are trying to do is, with the one-to-many, transfer the knowledge and allow everybody to benefit using the technology. There are a number of resources. American Society for Quality, I wrote a guest blog on the same topic. IIT-BHU Chronicle, the quarterly electronic magazine. I've sent a letter to the Minister for HRD, Honorable Smriti Irani ji, and there are several YouTubes on this session from IIT-BHU are listed here. Now, to sum it up, in the 21st century, knowledge can be and should be transferred globally, leveraging technology. Google Hangouts, as well as other technology platforms, they provide great benefits to manage scarce budget resources for learning, training, and development. And I'm very happy to share that with this initiative, we have touched over 60,000 students and professionals so far. And this is just scratching the surface. We can have similar effort from many, many alumni from IITs, NITs, IIMs, All India Institute of Medical Sciences, anywhere in the world. Even if they give 1 or 2 hours or 3 hours of their expertise back to their institution, India will be so much better off, and these institutions will get the tremendous brain power coming back. And India has invested in us. Now it's time to give back. Now at this point, let me stop sharing this, and I'm going to share that YouTube briefly. It's only 4 minutes, so let's listen to the YouTube.
We want to transfer the knowledge globally by leveraging technology. And then the mission is that we can leverage either Google Hangout or webinar platform to share the expertise around the world by engaging the experts wherever they are. Back home in India, when we are working with the engineering students who are technically brilliant, but they spend very little time on building up the soft skills, and they do not have enough quality management principles or practices exposure. And that's why it's very important to impart this knowledge to them while they are still in universities, and then they can begin to use some of this knowledge while they are studying, get ready for job placements, and once they enter the workforce, these issues and the knowledge they have gained will serve them very well personally and will benefit the organization. We take a session at a time where about 50 to 55 minutes of straight presentation, including some YouTubes to make it exciting for a given topic. And then we have about 20 to 25 minutes Q&A session, and that allows the completion of the topic across the medium and across the board. Now, what we do is Google Hangout allows total 10 nodes to be connected. I occupy one node, the remainder of the 9 nodes where people could be sitting at various locations globally and can engage in learning and getting the knowledge. All you need is a stable internet connection, a laptop, a screen, LCD projector, a microphone for Q&A, a conference room, and that's all basically you need. And Gmail account is required for the originator of the Google Hangout, Indian Institute of Technology, IIT BHU in Varanasi, India. Now, this is where students, which are top 0.75% of the nation's youth, get the admission. And they spend 4 to 5 years at the campus to pick up the engineering discipline. Now, their soft skills are lacking. And to augment that, we started a Google Hangout back in August of 2014. And where what happens is students are sitting in 9 different dormitories, and they use the laptop to connect for the Google Hangout. And I take a topic, share the knowledge, answer their questions, and simultaneously, when we use the Google Hangout, and YouTube is created, which is shared now with 6,500 students, faculty, and administrator at the campus. And we have completed 4 Hangouts so far. And within next year, starting in August, we'll be completing the remainder of the 8 from the series. We, in the 21st century, we can leverage the technology to take this knowledge base we have in ASQ and transfer that knowledge as a gift. And in this particular area where I am working on, it's a free gift of knowledge transfer, leveraging technology. And that gives you so much more resources at your disposal by engaging the people with expertise in different areas to come and share that knowledge and make the world a better place to live.
Give me 1 second, I'm coming back. Okay, I'm back, and time for a few questions, depending on the timing, Swamiji.
Yeah. Manubhai, we are very thankful to you for sharing your very important knowledge with all of us. There are about 600 youths who have watched this, and they are going to share this knowledge with their friends. And also, we have told them that this will be on YouTube.
Yes.
YouTube in a few days, so you can share this knowledge with many others. And so all over the world, this knowledge transfer will be a very big step forward in making our globalized world, and also the transfer of knowledge. Now we have open session. Anyone who wants to interact with Dr. Manubhai Vora, who is a very close friend of Ramakrishna Mission, as I told you, any of you can come forward, and if you want to have some clarification or want to share some things, please come forward immediately. We will have 15 minutes more before Manubhai Vora gets off from the screen, and then we proceed with the other session, the first session. Anyone? Yeah, please come. Here is Dr. Jayesh Shah, who was instrumental in holding this pre-parliament event. As you know, I'm going there to USA not only for the International Conference at Chicago, but also another thing is that in Salt Lake City, Utah, there is a World Parliament Religions, and you are also joining. I hope. Yeah. So 15 to 19 October. Now there are 5 ambassadors in India for preparation of that thing. And Dr. Jayesh Shah is the ambassador from Vadodara, and he would like to have a chat with Dr. Jayesh Shah. And we conducted a pre-parliament event day before yesterday. It was a grand success. It was inaugurated by Dr. Karan Singh because Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam could not come. He was to inaugurate. But we had a very nice program, and I'm giving the mic to Dr. Jayesh Shah.
Okay, thank you, Swami.
My question to you is, can you give a message to the youth how to use the latest technology like Twitter, Facebook, smartphone, Android phone, iPhone, so that they can build their career and not ruin their career.
Yes. It's a great question, Dr. Shah. Let me explain how I use the technology. And by the way, I'll be completing my 70 years at the 31st of October. For the last 5 years, I've been using the social medias very widely to enrich my own knowledge. So I started out with LinkedIn. I'm on Facebook. You have to put Jiten, your thing on a mute so that there is no echo. Kindly have your side muted, please. After asking the question,
Yes.
we'll wait till you mute it. Perfect. So, and then I started on a Twitter. I write the blogs, and my first morning activity is I go to LinkedIn. I get a focus summary of the great articles published in Harvard Business Review, MIT Sloan, McKinsey Quarterly, Inc., etc. fastcompany.com. I read the article. If I like it, I put it up on my Facebook, on my LinkedIn. I tweet it again, retweet it. So the knowledge has to be replenished on a daily basis. Now, getting a degree, not the end by itself. It is just the beginning. We need to be lifelong students, make good use of our time, and remember that God has sent us with a purpose in mind. Anybody and everybody will do the earning for themselves and the family. But remember, we are here to help others on this planet Earth. I was so very fortunate to study at the Temple of Learning built by Mahamana Pandit Madan Mohan Malviya ji back in 1916. Next year, we celebrate the centenary of BHU. And his mission was, and ideal was, that not only BHU will create technical experts, but they will pick up a social cause near and dear to their heart and uplift the entire society in nation building. And I've understood that mission very well. And that is one of the things Swamiji was talking earlier back in 1989, when we came to know that India has 15 million blind people, 1 out of 3 in the world. We started Blind Foundation for India. And so far, we have raised over $4 million US, done 125,000 free cataract operations, and help at the prevention side, checkup of over 750,000 students in the schools K through 12, mainly government schools. So the point I'm making is that the technology needs to be used first to gain the knowledge, secondly to share the knowledge, and third to help the society, rather than waste your time away chatting on the phone, sending text messages, and it is not very productive. So I hope, Dr. Shah, this one in nutshell addresses at a very high level what I do personally. And I'm not preaching here. I'm just saying that these are the ways in which you can use your time to better yourself as well as help the society simultaneously. Next question, please. Unmute and ask the question. Jiten? Jiten, you have to unmute, please.
A magazine that was started by Swami Vivekananda himself. So he's here, he's going to speak at the second session, but he got very much interested in your talk and he is going to ask a question. Swami Narasimhananda.
Okay, thank you.
Namaste, Manu Bhaiji. You gave a very good presentation on this.
I am in Uttarakhand, in a place Mayavati, which is geographically quite inaccessible. So my question is, many of people who are into education are using such tools. Have you any idea of pooling these resources, where people can come together and we can build a big network so that we can use Hangout or Skype to share knowledge? Do you have something in mind, or are you already doing that?
Yeah. Excellent question, Swamiji. Now, Jiten, go on mute. Excellent question, Swamiji. I came here for a short visit to present at the National Quality Conclave put together by the Quality Council of India. And this happened on the 7th and 8th of August. And my presentation, there were a number of educators from various universities. And after listening to the presentation, they came forward. So there were a number of them. One was the Punjab Technical University. They were over 25,000 students, 300 colleges under one umbrella. They are very much interested in joining this effort. Incidentally, 2 weeks back, there was a Pan-IIT Global Leadership Conference where I met personally with 5 directors of various IITs. And you will be very happy to know that Dr. Sudhir Jain, director of the IIT Gandhinagar, has accepted my invitation to join on this consortium where we put in 9 different universities and colleges to work together on a common platform. So our goal is we want to have this movement spread all over India and try to give the message that it is very simple, it is very effective, and it is inexpensive because there is no investment needed. And best of all, it is free. It is just transferring the knowledge of whatever we have gained. And my first 22 years, I was nurtured in India, and government spent a lot of money for my initial education, where everything was supported by the government, 80% plus more. So the time has come to give back. And I put it this way, that when my time comes to go up and meet the Creator, I have not figured out a scheme to take anything with me, neither the knowledge nor the money. Everything is going to stay behind. So why not we do this effort? And I believe none of us have figured that out to take it with us. Otherwise, there will be nothing left. Everybody will take the things with them. So in that context, answer to your question, yes, through American Society for Quality India office in Delhi, we are setting up number of consortiums, and we are very hopeful that many of these consortiums of 9 colleges, universities will come forward, and more we share this, more people get excited, and the clincher is free. So you don't say no to a free thing, right? And by the way, we were at NIT Kurukshetra on Sunday. I made this presentation to the director and the deans. They were very much happy when they saw this, and they have signed on. So this is matter of spreading the message. And last comment I want to make is, yesterday we had a good fortune to meet with 2 different people at various levels in the Ministry of Human Resource Development. And they listened to our ideas, and they said, okay, send us more information, and we'll be happy to move this information, try to make it available to many more institutions throughout India. So that is our effort, to multiply this rather than make it as a simple experiment. And by the way, the experiment has worked very successfully. Within a short period of time, we have reached out to 60,000 plus people, and we expect to reach to masses with this vehicle. I hope that addresses your question, Swamiji.
Any other question from anyone? Anyone wants to ask some question? You can come forward. Yeah, please come, please come. You will have to come here because then only you will be able to see you. You have to be in front of the screen. Come. Please tell your name first. Okay, so all of them can listen. Tell your name, from where you're coming, and then ask the question.
Good morning, sir. My
Good.
name is Chandni Patel, and I'm basically from Baroda. I hope my voice is clear to you. Okay, so my question to you is, I'm a graduate, B graduate, and I've done my engineering in electrical and electronics engineering. I have done my graduation from such a college which is established last year only, and because of some financial problems, we don't have some fantastic labs and all, and we are not able to enhance our practical knowledge. And generally in India, I have seen that the common colleges of engineering, which has got the permission this year, are not providing a good practical knowledge. So, how to enhance our practical knowledge? Because we are getting a good enough of theoretical knowledge, but it is useless if we are not able to apply it practically. So, how to enhance our practical knowledge? Even the companies are not allowing such pressures just for having a training session, because they are not affording it. So how to enhance the practical knowledge being at home itself?
Yeah.
This is my question.
Okay. Thank you. It's a great question. Please go on a mute. Thank you. I think when the link is shared, the state of higher ed in India, time to act is now. The first point I make is that we have in India the theory and rote learning. When I went to US in 1968 for my graduate program, I saw the reversal. Their rote learning does not pay. It's the inquiry-based learning. Secondly, faculty who are teaching, they are not just the PhDs or masters with no practical experience. A lot of them have practical experience, either working in the industry or consulting in the industry heavily on practical topics. So they bring a perspective into the studies. Another big issues we have is the outdated curriculum. On the western side of the world, we see each and every department in a given university will have an advisory board where they bring in the experts from the industry who provide the input on what type of curriculum the department should be offering, so that they produce the graduates who are job ready and they are able to tackle the contemporary issues which are plaguing the industry and the organizations. So all in all, we need to overhaul and revamp the education system. And by the way, in some part of the Western world, they do not hire a faculty unless until they have at least 1 year of practical experience in the industry, working on the issues hands-on. And that kind of thing really helps bring the practical aspects. And personally, I can say I'm a faculty for the last 22 years as an adjunct faculty in business area and over 40 years of industrial experience. When I teach in the class, my focus is not on theory. Theory is there to take off and connect the dots in the practical sense. And as many universities allow me, I do not focus on examinations. I ask them to read some state-of-the-art articles to learn the best practices, and then they have to do a project in a team setting. Remember, I made a comment, teamwork is the way mantra for the 21st century. They have to work on a project in a team of 3 to 5 people, show that they have mastered the concepts and able to produce a project which they need to defend in front of the other students, other teams. And that's how, by doing, you learn. So experiential learning is very important. And more we begin to question our system, things will eventually change. It's we are not speaking up. The civil society is not speaking up, that our system is at fault. And let me offer one more thought. In US, back in '88, to spur the productivity and competitiveness, Baldrige Performance Excellence Program was initiated, where best of the best organization, initially in manufacturing, service, and small business, started competing and received the award from the President of the United States. These criteria have been extended to education sector, healthcare sector, and non-profit, including the government sector. And over the last 26 plus years, over 105 organizations have benefited, specifically 10 different educational institutions, 7 K through 12, 1 university, 1 undergraduate business school 4-year program, and 1 2-year community college have applied this criteria of performance excellence, which is to move away from compliance, which is the norm here in India, that you just comply with the bare minimum standards. But this is moving towards excellence, and that's where the focus should be. So we are trying to provide this input at various levels within the ministry. We'll be approaching state level, and we are going to focus at the state of Gujarat level, higher education committee and department, and see what we can do to bring the best practices from other side of the world so that we can all benefit and prepare our youth. And the presentation I made at the National Quality Conclave, I made a comment that we need to train somewhere between 200 to 300 million young minds. And if we do not impart them the right knowledge, soft skills, quality management, principles, etc., they will be clueless and they cannot be effective when they enter the workforce. And that is not a good situation. If we are really going to do it well, we have to start and build a solid foundation with the systems thinking, and that is going to bring value at the end of the day. So let's do a time check. Swamiji, is there a time left for a question? If not, we can stop the recording. Unmute, please. Unmute.
The discussion.
Yeah.
You take up the last question, then we end up. Yeah, please.
Okay.
Good morning, sir. My name is Gaurav Sharma, and I'm studying
Hi.
BTech at IIT Bombay University. Sir, can you give us your views about leadership qualities so the youth can intake and have a career?
Yeah.
So can you give some good leadership points and motivational view?
Yeah. Okay. So Gaurav, your question about leadership quality. Yes. Excellent question. So I begin with this simple idea that let me define leadership from my perspective. The best definition I've heard is leadership is all about influencing, igniting, and inspiring ordinary people to do extraordinary things. Let me repeat. Leadership is all about influencing, igniting, and inspiring ordinary people to do extraordinary things. Now, how do you start that journey? So individually, we need to determine that we want to be a leader. Then leadership can be taught. It's a skills you can develop. And by the way, it's not stagnant. It's a lifetime journey. You keep on improving your leadership style. There are several simple tests which allows you to find out what type of leadership style you have. Are you an autocrat, like a dictator, or are you a collaborator? Do you work well with the other people? Secondly, as a leader, the role of the leader is to provide the vision, where they want to take the organization or team or group of people for a longer term. So leadership requires vision, long-term sustainability focus. Another key point I want to make is leaders needs to manage themselves. They need to spend 50% of their time managing themselves, specifically because if you can't manage yourself, how can you manage others? So charity begins at home. One has to have a control, mastery and self-control first. Then people will see you as a leader, and the good way to do it is you listen to people, learn from them, and then you lead. You cannot go out and declare that I am a leader, please follow me. People will laugh at you. You have to listen to all the stakeholders, find out what's happening, what are the issues, learn from it, and then you create a pathway to move forward for your team, for your organization, etc. So there are many ways students at various levels can build up the leadership skills. And my personal example, when I was at IIT BHU for 4 years, thing I learned was when you serve others, you get more benefit. So for example I gave was first 8 months, my friends would not study. They'll only study in the 9th month. I would study in the first 8 months, take good notes and circulate those notes in the last month. And I don't have to study because I already finished my work. Now these friends will pose me very tough questions. And by answering them, I learned a lot more in depth. So the point I want to make is when you help others, you are automatically helped. And other thing to remember, late John F. Kennedy said, of those to whom much is given, much is required. And one more quote I want to give before we close. So there is a person by name Athene the Greeley, 18th century philanthropist and a missionary. He said, I will pass through this life once. Therefore, let me do any good things to my fellow human being, for I shall never come this way again. It is so very important that we need to start thinking about giving back. And as a student, try to join the professional societies in your own profession, develop your leadership skills in a non-threatening environment, look for mentors who will guide you, build up your career, and then when you are reaching the higher echelons and higher altitudes, please help others so that the whole thing continues. And at this point, Swamiji, I don't want to take up more of your time in the proceeding there. And I'm really, really thankful to you for giving me this opportunity to share a few thoughts. And thanks to all of you for listening. And namaskar. And thank you, Swamiji.
Thank you.
Unmute. Yeah. Yeah, you're good. Yeah, you're fine. Go ahead.
Yeah, Dr. Manuhai, that was a wonderful piece of advice and wisdom from you, which you have shared. And we are very thankful on behalf of all the 600 youths drawn from 15 countries. We express our gratitude to you to spare your very valuable time of your busy schedule. And we look forward to a continued relationship. And these people will be in our group, and this group will be interacting with you afterwards. As a part of follow-up, we'll continue our relationship. Thank you very much.
Thank you.